China has slammed the European Union over its latest sanctions on Iran's oil. Beijing has called the embargo blind pressure that will not be productive. Like several other major countries, China has rejected US-led calls to stop buying oil from Iran, and Tehran has dismissed the US and EU pressures as futile, saying they will fail to force Iran into abandoning its rights.
We've added additional restrictive measures.
The chorus of opposition to the European Union's decision to embargo Iran's oil sector is growing louder and louder. The UN Security Council veto-holding power China has slammed the EU sanctions as blind and unconstructive. Russia, another permanent member of the Security Council, has also slammed the EU sanctions on Iran, calling them unhelpful. Meanwhile, the International Monetary Fund has issued a stark warning over the Western sanctions on Iran's oil. The IMF said global crude prices could rise as much as 30% if Iran halts oil exports as a result of the US and EU sanctions. The IMF has sent a note on the issue to deputies from G20 countries. The EU embargo on Iran comes as Europe is facing what the IMF calls a threat of another recession.
The world recovery, which was weak in the first place, is in danger of stalling. The epicenter of the danger is Europe, but the rest of the world is increasingly affected.
Over in Tehran, Iranian lawmakers plan to approve legislation that would oblige the government to halt oil sales to the European Union. Tehran said the EU embargo has in fact deprived Europe of energy. Iran says that decades of sanctions on the nation have proved to be ineffective and that it will not be intimidated by Western pressure to forego its legitimate rights as a sovereign nation.
نصیحت میکنم که دست بردارن رفتارشون رو با ملت ایران درست بکنن، دست از این توهین‌ها و رفتارهای زشت. آقا ایران رو تحریم میکنه، حالا تحریم کردید، چی گیرتون اومد؟ به دروغ میگن هدف ما ملت ایران نیست، پس چیه؟ هدف تحریم غیر از ملت چیه؟